Ariana's comment on Dan's Instagram birthday post. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how it appears she is finally in a secure and stable relationship? Granted, this is social media, but it exudes positive vibes. In the world of Bravoverse and their significant others, we never truly know, but I genuinely adore their relationship. He seems genuinely cool, ambitious, and respectful, words I never associated with Scandoval before. He maintains his own separate life, which is often overlooked in healthy relationships. Scandoval used to constantly try to insert himself into her projects, portraying himself as the creative genius and talent. The way he insisted on being part of the cocktail book would have been a deal-breaker for me. Recently, I listened to her interview with Danny Pellegrino, filmed during Season 6, where she discussed the cocktail book. It wasn't surprising to hear that Scandoval seemed to underestimate the work involved beyond creating cocktail recipes. She mentioned struggling with the proposal, which seemed to be how Danny became involved, offering to assist. Scandoval is such a burden. Being seen and understood after leaving an abusive relationship is everything. I'm thrilled she has found a safe person. I grew up with narcissistic parents and made poor partner choices for a long time until I found my safe person. It breaks the cycle because once you see what's possible, you tend to seek it in all relationships. It's a gradual rewiring process, but it works. The photos and videos he shared of Ariana perfectly capture her true essence. Her smile seems different with him compared to Scandoval. It radiates peace and authenticity. I'm delighted to see her in this light. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Spill Chronicles. It's me, Ramona, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. On the other hand, a queen and a jester. One of the earliest photos of Ariana joining the cast in 2013. She has always been too good for Scandoval. Be careful, if Tom sees this, he might think you're calling him the queen and Ariana the jester. I just watched the episode where Ariana had the kings and queens themed birthday party, and I felt conflicted because Tom looked striking in his Maleficent-themed costume with the horns. It was like being drawn in by a mesmerizing presence. However, regarding Hannah Berner's wedding, Tom and Rachel's involvement is quite notable. There's speculation that their affair may have started around Coachella in May 2022, as evidenced by Sheena's Instagram post where they were seen meeting Scandoval at the loft. Sheena, despite her self-absorption, seemed oblivious to the close relationship between Scandoval and Rachel, despite being in numerous situations where their connection was apparent. It's surprising given her tendency to meticulously track people's interactions. I think Sheena was too caught up in the excitement of potentially becoming the top girl in the group. On the Secrets Revealed episode this season, she humorously acknowledged her perennial status as number 2, number 3, or number 4 on the show. With the departure of the Witches of WeHo and her newfound alliance with Raquel, she finally felt she had a chance to dominate the season. This focus may have blinded her to the dynamics unfolding around her, especially the deception involving Tom and Raquel, which later left her feeling marginalized once again. Additionally, in Season 10 of the show, the dynamics among Lala, Christina Kelly, and Raquel were quite confusing as I rewatched the lead-up to the drama involving Scandoval. Katie's planned girls' trip turned into a 3-episode disaster. Lala Kent's taste in men left much to be desired, with Oliver and the guy she met at BJ's not exactly turning heads. Fitting, given her history with a look-alike of 90 Day Fiancé Ed. Raquel made some valid points at dinner, calling Lala out for hypocrisy over her early relationship indiscretion. Lala's response? A blunt, disengaged bitch. It's still baffling how Raquel felt justified later, discussing hypocrisy at Sheena's boys' night, despite her own entanglements with both Toms. Christina Kelly, meanwhile, didn't hold back in pointing out that Raquel wasn't as innocent as she appeared. Raquel's admission as a homewrecker to the girls seemed to trigger her subsequent panic attack, perhaps fueled by fears over her ongoing affair with Tom. This, despite Ariana leaving early for Charlotte, a fact Raquel was well aware of, undermining sympathy for her situation. Reflecting back, Lala's jab about Raquel not having a man, harsh in any context, came right after Raquel found out about James and Lala's history. The panic attack may have stemmed from Raquel's realization of her long-term infidelity with Tom and concerns about Ariana being alone with him. Moreover, I've never sympathized with Sheena until season 5. It's surprising, considering I usually dislike her, but this time around, I actually feel sorry for her. All Sheena wanted was to be friends with Katie, Stassi, and Kristen. She apologized to Lala for any untrue statements, which I think was the mature thing to do. Instead of understanding, they turned on her, insisting she can have her own opinion as long as it aligns with theirs. They accepted Ariana and Brittany's friendships with Lala, so it's puzzling why Sheena couldn't do the same. They preached about her having her own opinions, but criticized her for wanting to move past things. Ironically, Katie ended her friendship with Stassi for wanting to let go of certain grudges for her own well-being. They also gave Sheena a hard time for not wanting to drink at Stassi's birthday. She shouldn't be judged or pressured into it. I've never felt sorry for Sheena before or after this point, given her behavior, but we should acknowledge how she was treated in season 5. Scheana tends to play both sides, which makes it hard to take her seriously. Stassi always had an issue with Sheena's lack of loyalty. No one wants someone like that in their life. While I think the witches were harsher than necessary, there's important context missing. This was shortly after Sheena shared Stassi's sex tape around Soar, causing Stassi and Katie to fall out and forcing Stassi to reconcile with Kristen to stay on the show. Her relationship with them was already shaky, yet she kept pushing to be included, only to complain when she didn't get the response she wanted. The Lala incident may have been minor, but it exacerbated existing issues within the group. I think what bothered them most was that Brittany and Ariana didn't gossip about Lala with them and then turn around to apologize and try to befriend her. They were fine with Sheena being friends with Lala, but Sheena acted differently with them and with Lala. On the other hand, watching Sheena in season 6 for the first time has been unbearable. I've always found her annoying in previous seasons, but now I can't stand seeing her on screen, and I need to vent because my boyfriend's had enough of my rants. Ending season 5 with her divorce from Shade was really rough. I don't know much about their personal lives outside the show, but Shay seemed like a decent guy who was trying to work through his issues and be a good husband. The way Sheena handled their breakup shocked me. She went from gushing about their perfect relationship to suddenly exposing all their problems and asking for a divorce, leaving Shay visibly upset. It felt like she discarded him, even though he seemed to genuinely love her and wanted to make things work. I get that she might have felt hurt and betrayed by Shay draining their bank account and disappearing for days, but her approach felt really unsettling. The reunion was even worse. When Shay said he didn't know her new boyfriend, she coldly replied, "Yes, you do. You follow him on Instagram." It seemed unnecessarily hurtful, especially considering how she broke his heart. And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, she introduces her new boyfriend in season 6, telling Lisa, "This is all I've wanted for years," but she was with Shay for 6 years. Her comments about their history together, like going to Big Bear for 11 years, felt misleading and insensitive. It's like she erased Shay from her past, which is just cruel. I find it all so disrespectful, and my heart goes out to Shay. I hope he's found happiness away from all this drama, and I sincerely hope he didn't watch this new season. Overall, I can't recall a single season where I've liked Sheena. She consistently makes everything about herself, from wedding dramas to perceived slights, and she can be incredibly vindictive. While Sheena's behavior can be troubling, Leaving her lying, stealing, addicted husband was a strong move for her. Apparently, he stole $10,000 from her for drugs and lied about having a job. He may have seemed nice, but he clearly wasn't husband material. Still, watching Sheena pretend their marriage was flawless until she blindsided Shay with divorce news on camera was really tough to watch. However, as we revisit Season 6 and the reunion, it seems Sheena was unusually confrontational right from the start, especially towards Lala, making snide remarks that likely stemmed from her issues with Rob. She appeared increasingly frustrated throughout, seemingly upset about not being given enough opportunities to speak, more so than her usual "what about me" demeanor. It feels like there might have been a significant event or fallout between Sheena and the others during the period between the Season 6 finale and the reunion filming. I've been trying to find information, but nothing specific has stood out yet. One theory I have is that Sheena and Lala had a falling out. During the Season 6 reunion, they argued about Lala's private jet and how Sheena felt slighted that Lala didn't invite her to Las Vegas, where Sheena was about to start some kind of show or performance for 3 months. The argument was heated and hard to follow, typical of their interactions. In another reunion, perhaps Season 10, Katie mentioned feeling unsupported by Lala due to how Sheena was treated by her. Apparently, Lala had declared Sheena dead to her and instructed others to shun Sheena. If this was over the Las Vegas private jet situation, it would explain a lot. Sheena likely felt excluded and reacted accordingly. This could also shed light on why Jax was particularly aggressive towards Sheena during the reunion, possibly due to his allegiance to Randall at the time and other personal issues he was facing. Additionally, Sheena's emotional state might have been influenced by her recent breakup with Rob, coupled with feeling overlooked about her Vegas show, which was only briefly acknowledged by Andy. Her confrontation with Jax over his father's passing also seemed to hit a nerve, suggesting there were deeper emotional tensions at play. Overall, these dynamics paint a complex picture of Sheena's state of mind during the Season 6 reunion, possibly fueled by both personal and relational conflicts with the cast. Additionally, I'm absolutely devastated to see the end of Tom and Katie's relationship. I used to adore Schwartz, but watching him consistently prioritize Scandoval over Katie made me realize he's truly immature. He struggles to assert himself or express his own opinions, and his unwavering defense of Scandoval through everything has cost him so much in his life. It's heartbreaking. From the moment he dumped his drink on his girlfriend, he came across as awful. If you rewatch, you'll see it clearly, and that's why James throwing a drink on him was so satisfying. I can't believe Katie stayed with him after Season 1, considering how poorly he treated her, and likely even before that. He was manipulative and spineless, constantly provoking her until she exploded, then dismissing it as Tequila Katie. He's my least favorite person on the show, and his disrespectful behavior towards Katie over 11 seasons disgusts me. Tom Schwartz doesn't deserve sympathy. He was a terrible husband. His regret seems superficial now that he's lonely, only dating someone much younger to avoid facing his own shortcomings. I believe they're both better off apart. Schwartz is hopeless, and Katie has improved significantly since divorcing him. She's gained self-confidence and independence. I'm glad she has no regrets, but for her sake, I hope they never reconcile. She should continue to distance herself from him. He can't truly support her. The moment it gets tough or requires standing up to Scandoval, he'll falter. Schwartz may have had a good edit, but he's essentially a freeloader who let his friends disrespect Katie, cheated multiple times, and even allowed himself to be controlled by Randall for his own indulgence. Despite serious allegations against him, he's not a decent man. Moreover, watching Ariana on Love Island is like witnessing a real-life Barbie. Her stylist is absolutely nailing her looks on the show, and I'm loving every outfit she wears. As for why she looks different in that picture, It could be filters or possibly some cosmetic work, or even just the effect of a tan. Regardless, she's always been stunningly beautiful. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.